For centuries, humans have projected our own notions of hierarchy, dominance and royalty onto the animal kingdom. And perhaps no animal has received a crown quite like the lion. The image of a lone male lion standing on top of a rock, surveying his kingdom, is burned into our collective imagination. But nature tells a more complex, more democratic story. First off, lions don't even live in jungles. Their true domain lies in open grasslands, woodlands, and scrub of sub-Saharan Africa and a small pocket of India. So already, the phrase king of the jungle is a bit misleading. But let's move past semantics. The real intrigue lies in how lions live, and how different it is from the royal fantasy we've invented. Lions are the only truly social big cats. Unlike leopards or tigers, which lead mostly solitary lives, lions live in groups known as prides. A typical pride consists of related females, their cubs, and a small number of adult males. But don't be too quick to assume the males are in charge just because of their size or their majestic manes. In reality, the pride revolves around the lionesses. They do the majority of the hunting, they raise the cubs, and they maintain the territory, the males. They play a role, yes, but it's not nearly as central or as regal as popular culture suggests. Adult males often join a pride through force by challenging and ousting the current dominant males. When they take over, it's not uncommon for them to kill the cubs sired by the previous males, a brutal act that resets the breeding cycle and ensures that the new males can pass on their own genes. It's not exactly a noble picture of leadership. And even when males do hold dominance, it's only temporary, usually lasting 2 to 3 years before they're challenged and replaced by younger, stronger rivals. It's a harsh reality. Life for a male lion is full of struggle. They spend much of their youth roaming in coalitions with other males, trying to find a pride to take over. Those that don't succeed often live solitary lives, scavenging and fighting for scraps, or even dying young. Far from being secure on a throne, a male lion's reign is fragile and often short-lived. Meanwhile, the lionesses are the backbone of the pride. Sisters, mothers and daughters live together for years, cooperating in hunting and cub rearing. Their social bonds are strong, and their roles are consistent. They teach the cubs survival skills. They defend the pride's territory alongside the males, and they are the ones who endure long after a male's fleeting rule has ended. If there's royalty to be found in the lion world, it might just belong to the lionesses. So why do we cling to this idea of the lion as a king? Part of it is symbolic. Lions represent courage, strength, and power, traits we admire and associate with leadership. Their physical presence is undeniably commanding. A full-maned male lion, standing tall with a thunderous roar, is enough to send chills down any spine. It's no wonder ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Greeks to medieval Europeans, revered them as divine or royal beings. The lion became a metaphor, not for how power is truly wielded in nature, but for how humans wish it to be. There's also something deeply human about assigning rank and status to animals. It helps us simplify the messy, often brutal realities of the wild into stories we can understand. A king ruling a kingdom. That's a tale we can tell around a fire or in a children's book. A pride of cooperative females who quietly manage the group while transient males come and go. That's not quite as cinematic. But nature doesn't care for our metaphors. It doesn't bend to storytelling or symbolism. It is what it is, complex, dynamic, and often far removed from our expectations. Lions are not kings in the sense we imagine. They are social animals navigating a rough and competitive world, where power is fleeting, survival is shared, and cooperation often trumps brute force. And maybe that's the real lesson. Maybe the lion doesn't need a crown to be magnificent. Maybe what makes lions truly remarkable isn't a mythical throne or a made-up monarchy, but their resilience, their social bonds, and the balance of strength and vulnerability they carry with every step through the tall grass. So the next time you hear a lion's roar, don't think of it as a royal decree. Think of it as what it really is: a wild, powerful creature, calling out not as a king, but as a survivor.